This is Horseshoe Bend. It's a stunning view of a U-turn in the Colorado River near the border of Arizona and Utah. In the early 90s, this spot was a hidden gem, accessible by an unmarked dirt trail off the side of the highway. Locals described it as nearly empty, and that hardly anybody knew about it. But over the years, its popularity grew, first slowly, and then suddenly, until it became this.
In the past, this place would get maybe a few thousand visitors every single year. Now, that number is more like 1.5 million, and it keeps growing.
That change didn't happen because of any big marketing push. It happened because of geotagged pictures, like these. Digital popularity is physically changing the landscape. This place, and other public lands like it, are trying to adjust.
Social media, I believe, was the main trigger. That explosion just has been overwhelming.
You can see that social media explosion when you look at the rate of Google searches for Horseshoe Bend. But it isn't the only previously hidden spot that's become internet famous. Similar increases have happened at Devil's Bathtub, a swimming hole in Virginia, Canaryville Falls, a waterfall trail in Utah, and Vance Creek Bridge, an old railroad overpass in Washington. So why are these places getting so much attention? For outdoor photographers searching for the perfect shot, Instagram made things easy. The app's interface put geotagging, the practice of attaching location data to a picture, front and center. And if a hidden spot didn't already have a location tag available, anyone could create one. These Instagram hotspots were often located either just outside protected lands or far off the beaten path. So as America's national parks became more popular than ever, these places started getting national park level crowds without having national park level infrastructure. Federally protected areas require a ton of planning and work to keep people and the environment safe.
There wasn't a developed trail here. There weren't any restroom facilities. There was no railing. It was an undeveloped site.
Without that infrastructure, the natural landscape can be damaged, and people following geotagging trends are at risk of injury or death. At Conundrum Hot Springs in Colorado, visitors disturbed wildlife, cut down trees for firewood, and left behind an overwhelming amount of human waste. And at Catterskill Falls in New York, at least 4 people have died while taking or posing for pictures. So at Horseshoe Bend, trail designers are getting to work. The Park Service and the City of Page are creating over 400 parking spaces, a welcome center, bathrooms, a viewing deck with safety railings, and laser-equipped signs to count attendance. And they're building a new ADA-compliant trail, lined with limestone to protect the surrounding environment and reinforced with magnesium chloride to keep gravel in place.
Throughout the trail, all the improvements that we're doing are aimed at creating as natural environment as possible. It's a difficult balance. You're not going to stop people from going to the rim's edge and trying to capture that iconic photo. We don't want to wall it off. So all we can do is implore that people be safe.
For places like Canaryville Falls in Utah, that concern for safety extends to their residents too. The town's water comes from a spring near the falls, where it's piped to tanks near the canyon entrance. It used to be a local secret, but in 2016, 40,000 people hiked that trail, disturbing the water source and leaving debris behind.
It shares so quick and it gets out there so fast, people can look at it and say, oh wow, look at that. Then they tap on the photo and it'll tell where it was from or where it was taken, things like that, and then people go wild over it. And then you can imagine what that does to the canyon floor, the trail, the water, people in and out. We've just tried to take adequate measures to try to work with the ecosystem and not have it ruin our water source.
Others are taking a different approach. There's now a growing movement in the nature photography scene against geotagging.
So in 1999, this organization called Leave No Trace came up with a set of guidelines for people to use while they're in the outdoors. These are things like don't leave trash behind, don't interfere with wildlife, leave everything as it was when you saw it. And now in 2018, they've announced that they're encouraging people not to geotag photos while they're in nature.
We've always had the tendency to explore, and sometimes be irresponsible, in nature. And modern technology just amplifies those urges. With so many natural wonders at our fingertips today, it's even more urgent that we treat them with respect and care before it's too late.
Hi there, thanks for watching The Goods, and thanks to our sponsor, American Express. Amex has a credit card feature that gives you choices for how to make payments big or small, called Pay It, Plan It. Pay It helps you reduce your balance by making small payments throughout the month, and Plan It can help you split purchases over $100 up over time. You can check it out at americanexpress.com/payitplanet. And thanks again to American Express. Their support made this series possible.